Good morning, ninth class students. Welcome to our incredible biology class. So, before starting first chapter of our biology, let me ask you one question. When you look around, you see both living and non-living things. You must have wondered and asked yourself, what is it that makes an organism living? Or what is it that an inanimate thing does not have, which a living thing has? Yes, the answer to this question is the presence of the fundamental unit of life, the basic unit of life, that is cell, present in all the living organisms. And that is what our chapter is about. So let's start with our first chapter, the fundamental unit of life. Now, what is a cell? Let's take one example. If we look at a building, we will say that that building is made up of bricks. Okay, look at your room. You will say that your room is made up of walls and each wall is made up of bricks. So we can say that a brick is the structural unit of a building. The same way, the body of living organism is made up of cell. So we can call cell as the structural unit of living organisms or the structural unit of life. Okay, do you know cell is also known as functional unit of life? Now, why cell is known as functional unit of life? Because the functions which are performed by your body are actually performed by cell. For example, you are taking nutrition, food is digesting inside your body, you are breathing, gaseous exchange is taking place in your body, blood is circulating, substances like glucose, amino acid, carbon dioxide, oxygen, hormones are transporting from one place to another. Okay, your kidneys are filtering the blood, waste is removing from your body. So all these processes are actually performed by cell. So cell is known as functional unit of life. Now, who discovered cell? In 1665, Robert Hooke observed a thin slice of cork under self-designed microscope. Cork is obtained from the bark of a tree. Okay, so he observed a thin slice of cork under self-designed microscope and he observed honeycomb-like structures, beehive-like structures, and he called them as cellulae. Cellulae is a Latin word which means little room. So the cell discovered by Robert Hooke was first dead cell, and that was a eukaryotic cell. So first dead eukaryotic cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. Who discovered living cell? Do you know? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. He discovered a first living cell and he never went to a school. Okay, he just collected a drop of pond water and observed that drop of pond water under his self-designed microscope, and he observed a bacterium, a living bacterium. So the first living prokaryotic cell was discovered by Anton van Leeuwenhoek in 1674, and later on in 1831 Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Okay, in 1839 two scientists proposed cell theory. In 1838, Matthias Kleeden, a German botanist, examined a large number of plants and observed that all plants are made up of cell. And at the same time, in 1839, Theodore Schwann, a British zoologist, studied different type of animal cells and stated that all animals are made up of cell. So dear students, here come the first point of our cell theory. All living organisms are made up of cell. Now the definition of cells which we have already discussed is the second point of cell theory. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. In 1855, Rudolf Virchow revised the cell theory and he stated omnicellula e cellula. What does this mean? Omnicellula e cellula. Omnicellula e cellula means all new cells arise from pre-existing cells. Dear students, you might be noticing that year by year your body size is increasing, your height is increasing. Okay, So this is because the cells which are present in your body are dividing. So cell number is increasing in your body, so your body size is increasing. So from where does all these new cells come from? The cells which were already present in your body, they divide by the process of cell division. Cell number increases in your body, so your height increases. So all new cells arise from pre-existing cell. This was added by Rudolf Virchow in 1855. Now let's talk about shape of cell. Does all the cells have the same shape? No. Shape and size of the cell vary in a wide variety. Okay. So shape of a cell basically depends on the function of the cell. Cells may be round or biconcave like our red blood cells. Cell may be irregular in shape like amoeba or our white blood cells. Cells may be long and narrow like our epithelial cells. Okay. A cell can be branched and long like our nerve cell. A cell can be elongated like tracheids. A cell can be round or oval like mesophyll cells present in plants. So there are different shape of cells depending on the specific functions of the cell. Now the size of an organism depends on the number of cell. I repeat, the size of organism depends on the number of cell. Elephant is bigger than us because elephant has more number of cells compared to us. So some cells can change their shape while some have fixed shape. So amoeba is an irregular shape cell which can change its shape. Our white blood cells can also change their shape. Now smallest cell, do you know the size of smallest cell? PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organism, also known as mycoplasma. It is the smallest cell. Its size is 0.1 micron. And what is a micron? Micron is a unit of measurement, or 1 micron is 1,000 of a millimeter. So this PPLO, pleuropneumonia-like organism, lacks cell wall. It does not have a cell wall and it can survive in the absence of oxygen. Okay. So largest cell, you might know the answer of this question. Okay. Largest cell is ostrich egg, about 17 centimeter, and the longest cell present in our body is nerve cell. It is about 100 centimeter or 1 meter long. Okay. So if we talk about the organization of life, how life is organized, so do you know the smallest particle is atom. Atom combined to form a molecule. Molecule combined to form an organelles. Organelles are the small subcellular structures present in the cells which are specialized to perform specific function. So organelles form cell, and a group of similar cell which have same structure and function form a tissue. Okay. So what is a tissue? Tissue is basically a group of cell. Okay. Tissue can have same cells as well as different cells, and when different tissues or a group of tissue combine, they form an organ. Okay. And organs, when they work together, they form an organ system, and when various organ system work together, they make an organism. For example, in our body, digestive system is working, our circulatory system is working, respiratory system is working. So on the basis of number of cell, there are two type of organisms, unicellular and multicellular. The word uni means one and cellular denotes cell. So the meaning of unicellular is single cell, multi means many, and cellular means cell. So unicellular organism is made up of single cell, while multicellular organism is made up of many cell. So in unicellular organism, only single cell is present, so all the functions, respiration, excretion, growth, reproduction, nutrition, all the process are performed by that single cell. While in multicellular organisms, they have division of labor. If specific cell performs specific function. For example, Human beings are multicellular organism. In our body, red blood cells transport gases, white blood cells protect our body from microbes. So their work is divided. Okay, specific cell performs specific function. So examples of unicellular organism are amoeba, paramecium, euglena. Okay, example of multicellular organism, plants, animal, fungi. So on the basis of structure of the nucleus, a typical cell has three parts: plasma membrane, which is also known as cell membrane, the outermost boundary. Second one is nucleus, and third one is the jelly-like substance present between nucleus and cell membrane, cytoplasm. So on the basis of structure of nucleus, there are two types of cell, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Now what is the meaning of pro? Pro means primitive. Karyotic word has been derived from karyon, which means nucleus. So the meaning of prokaryotic is primitive nucleus. Now what is the meaning of primitive nucleus? Primitive means old nucleus. The nucleus or the genetic material which is not surrounded by any membrane. And what is a eukaryotic? What is the meaning of eukaryotic? Eu means true and karyotic means nucleus. So eukaryotic means true nucleus. Okay, the meaning of true nucleus is surrounded by well developed nuclear membrane. Okay, in eukaryotic cell, nucleus is surrounded by a double nuclear membrane. So prokaryotic cell, they are generally smaller in size, while eukaryotic cell, they are larger in size. The size of prokaryotic cell is 1 to 10 micron, size of eukaryotic cell is 5 to 100 micron. Okay, prokaryotic cell have primitive nucleus. They do not have a nuclear membrane. Nucleus does not have a nuclear membrane, while eukaryotic cell have a well developed or well organized nucleus. Nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. Okay, in prokaryotes single chromosome is present. In eukaryotes more than 2 or more chromosomes are present. Prokaryotes membrane bound cell organelles are absent. What are cell organelles? The subcellular structures present in the cell which perform specific function. For example, chloroplast, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum. All these cell organelles are absent in prokaryotes, while these cell organelles are present in eukaryotes. Okay. Vacuoles are absent in prokaryotes, and vacuole is again a cell organelle. Okay, it is present in eukaryotes. So in prokaryotes, they basically divide by the process of fission. So mitosis, a method of cell division, is absent in prokaryotes, while eukaryotes divide by the process of mitosis. Mitosis is a type of cell division. So some example of prokaryotes: bacteria, cyanobacteria, plants, animal, fungi are the example of eukaryotes. Example of prokaryotes are bacteria, cyanobacteria, and example of eukaryotes: plants, animal, fungi. So this is basically the diagram of a prokaryotic cell, a bacterium. Okay, so you can see bacteria have a cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. The cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. Outer to the peptidoglycan, they have a capsule. Okay, a large flagellum is shown here. This tail-like flagellum help in the locomotion movement. Okay, the jelly substance present is known as cytoplasm. Ribosome is the cell organelle which do not have any membrane, and this ribosome, they are the protein factory of the cell. They synthesize protein. Okay, the brown color structure is the nucleoid. Now the nucleus of a prokaryotic cell is known as nucleoid. प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल का जो न्यूक्लियस है बेटा उसको न्यूक्लियोइड कहते हैं. ओके, नाउ this is the diagram of a plant cell and or a animal cell. The plant cell you can see here. Okay, plant cell have a cell wall, while animal cell do not have a cell wall. You can see the yellow structure is a vacuole present in the plant cell and it is present in the center, while in the animal cell they do not have a large size vacuoles, only very few or small size vacuoles are present. So in plant cell nucleus is present towards the periphery, towards the corner, you can see, okay, while in animal cell the nucleus is present at the center. Now look at the bottom of the plant cell. Chloroplasts are present. Chloroplasts are the cell organelle which contain a green pigment known as chlorophyll. Plants are green in color because they have a green pigment known as chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is present in chloroplast. So chlorophyll absorbs the sunlight, due to which plants are able to perform photosynthesis. But animals are not able to perform photosynthesis because we do not have chlorophyll. We cannot sit in sunlight and utilize carbon dioxide and water from our environment, and we cannot prepare our food inside our body, while plants can do that. Plants prepare their food inside their body. Okay, so here are some difference between plant cell and animal cell. So plant cell, they are larger in size compared to animal cell, while animal cells are smaller in size. Okay, in plant cell wall is present, we have already seen in the diagram, while animal cell do not have a cell wall. Now the two adjacent cells are connected by the cytoplasm, and these cytoplasmic connections are known as plasmodesmata. So plant cell have plasmodesmata connection. What is plasmodesmata? The cytoplasmic connection between two adjacent cells. Two adjacent cells are connected with the help of cytoplasm. So they are known as plasmodesmata connections. So plasmodesmata are present in plant cell while they are absent in animal cell. Plant cell have chloroplast. Chloroplast is kitchen of the cell. Okay, chloroplast have chlorophyll which can absorb sunlight, and due to this chloroplast plants are able to perform photosynthesis, while animals, we do not have chloroplast, we cannot perform photosynthesis. We have seen in the diagram plant have large size central permanent vacuole, while animal cell do not have large size vacuole. Okay, centrioles are the cell organelle which help in the cell division. So plants do not have centrioles, they have polar cap instead of centrioles, while centrioles are present in animal cell which help in the cell division and spindle formation. Okay, you will study these in higher classes. So what is now let's talk about nucleus. So we have seen in plant cell nucleus is present towards the periphery, towards the corner of the cell, while animal cell nucleus is present at the center. Lysosome, the cell organelle which is known as suicidal bag, which carry out the work of digestion or cleaning the cell. So lysosomes are very rare in plant cell, while in animal cells lysosomes are present. Plant cell have rarely they have lysosomes, but lysosomes are present in animal cell. Okay, plants store their food in the form of starch, while animals store their food in the form of glycogen. Okay, so we have talked about that plant have an extra outermost covering known as cell wall. So now let's differentiate between cell wall and cell membrane. This plasma membrane is also known as cell membrane. So cell wall is present in plants while cell wall is absent in animals. So cell wall is the outermost covering in plants and cell membrane is the outermost covering in animal cell. Cell membrane is the outermost covering in animal cell. Okay, and inner covering in plant cell. Okay, now cell wall is rigid and thick, plasma membrane is flexible and thin. Why cell wall is rigid? Because it is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, and it is thick due to the deposition of suberin, lignin. Okay, so plasma membrane, it is made up of lipids and protein, and some amount of carbohydrates is also present there. Cell wall is permeable. What is the meaning of permeable? Permeable means which allow entry and exit of every substance, which allow passage of every substance is permeable, and which allow entry and exit of some selected substances are selectively permeable. So our cell wall is permeable, which allow everything to pass through, while plasma membrane allow only selected substance, so it is selectively permeable. Cell wall provide protection or mechanical strength to the cell, while plasma membrane, it allow entry and exit of substances. So cell wall, as we talk about, it is rigid, it is semi-elastic. Cell wall is made up of cellulose in plants. In fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin. Okay, in fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin, and in bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycans. Okay, beta. In plant cells, cell wall is made up of cellulose. In fungi, cell wall is made up of chitin, and in bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycans. Okay, peptides are small chain of protein. So in bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycans, small chain of protein and carbohydrates. Okay, cell wall have extra deposition of lignin. Lignin basically provide mechanical strength to the plant. You all have seen a coconut. So coconut is very hard. Okay, so due to the deposition of lignin. Okay, Subrin is basically present on the cork, which make cork impervious to water and gaseous exchange. And cutin is a waxy coating present on the epidermis of the epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant. So cutin is a waxy coating present on the epidermis. When we sprinkle water on the leaves, they do not absorb water because they have a waxy coating known as cutin. Okay, now middle lamella is the cementing layer between two adjacent cells. Two adjacent cells are joined together with the help of a cementing substance, and that cementing substance is known as middle lamella. Middle lamella is basically made up of magnesium and calcium pectate. Okay, now the cytoplasm of two adjacent cells is also connected with each other. They are connected with the help of plasmodesmata. So what are the functions of cell wall? Cell wall is basically, it provides shape to the cell, it maintains shape of the cell, it protects the cell from any microbes, entry of microbes, okay, and any type of mechanical injury. It absorbs the shock and protect the plant from mechanical injury. It provides mechanical strength to the plant. Okay. Now this is the fluid mosaic model of plasma membrane. So this model we will discuss in our next video. So dear students, please be safe, be at your home and study well. Okay. Thank you class.